Hello everyone, welcome back. This is your friend Harsh, and in this video I have come with another interesting PySpark coding interview question, which is again very famous and it is widely asked in the coding round of PySpark interviews. It is again going to be a completely hands-on session. I will explain the problem, then we will go through the solution together. So without wasting any time, let's get straight into the computer screen and start understanding the problem. This is our question number 2, which we are going to solve today. Here we have given one input string where some unwanted characters are there. For example, this hash is there in the input string. We want to remove this hash and we want to produce a clean output string where no hash should be there. So in the output, only valid characters and valid numbers should be there. This is part A of problem 2, and there is part B also where some additional special characters are given in the input string. For example, at the rate, dollar, hash, and etc. We want to remove all these special characters and the output string should have only valid characters and valid numbers. So in both the cases, output should be same, but input is different in problem A and problem B. So let's try to solve it. So this is the Databricks account where we are going to solve this problem. So I have already created the account. I have connected with the cluster. It's up and running. And this is the Databricks notebook. So it is ready to use. We can directly start writing the code. Just click on this plus symbol. It will give us a cell where we can write our code. First thing first, we need to create a source data frame, right? Where we can perform any coding or any operations. So we can simply write df is equal to spark.create data frame, and we need to provide two things here, right? Data and schema. Data is what? We can give some name here. Input data is equal to, we can simply copy this and use it here. What else we want? We want some name to this data, right? We can simply give column underscore name, and we can write some name like input. Let me try to use these variables. Data is equal to data and column name is equal to schema. Df dot show. Let's run it. Now we have our data frame created. So we'll try to solve our problem. We can create a result data set. Df1 is equal to df dot select. What we want to select? Input. And now we need to use very special function, which is regex replace function. So this function is used for replacing any value with some other value. If you want to replace this hash and put some other value here, this is the right function you need to use. Okay, so it's come very useful whenever we want to perform any operation of replacing anything from some string. So this is very useful function and it's widely asked in the interviews as well. So for using it, we need to import it first because it is not directly available inside PySpark. So what we write to import anything, we simply write from pyspark.sql.functions import regex replace. Now it is ready to use. We can use it. Whenever you want to use it, you need to provide three parameters to this function. First one is your input column, on top of which you want to perform this function. You want to apply this function. Second thing is what you want to replace, and the third thing you need to provide by what value you want to replace the existing value. So these three parameters you need to provide to this function. First thing we have already given. What we want to replace? We want to replace hash. This will give in the second place, and in the third and last place we want to give by what you want to replace this hash. We want to replace it with nothing, right? Because we want to remove it from here. So we have given nothing here, simple. Okay. And we want to give some name to this output, right? So that it's easy to understand. We can give dot alias and name we can give cleaned data. Now see how it is looking. df1.show. See, we have got the desired clean data. It has removed the hash sign from the source input, and it is given us the correct output without hash. So there is another way of doing it. We can use with column. So I'll create another result data set df2. We will simply write df dot with column, and what name we want to give to this new column. We want to give clean underscore data, and we want this function here, because in with column you know, right? First thing is what should be the name of new column, and second thing we need to give what should be the value of this newly created column. So you know, right, with column is used for creating new columns based on some expression. So this is our expression and this is the name of new column. Let me try to see it. df2 dot show and run. You see, this is the result from our with column function. It is also giving us the correct result. Now coming to part 2 of this problem, where we need to replace all the special characters from given string. So here our enemy is not fixed, but there are a lot of enemies. Enemies means the special character which we want to remove. Let me try to create a data frame first. How we create data frames? df is equal to spark dot create data frame, and we need to provide two things here, data and schema. What is our data? Our data is nothing but our input source. We can give in form of tuple, and one more thing, we want to give the name of the column. Schema is equal to, we can write something bad data. Now we can give here data is equal to data, schema is equal to schema, and let's try to show it. So our source data frame is created. Now coming to the result data set data frame, just df1. We can simply use a with column function this time on top of source data frame df dot with column. You know how we use with column, right? If not, please watch my previous video. There I have explained how to use with column. So in with column we need to we use for creating any new column on top of the given data frame. We need to give here the new column name. So what name we want to give? We want to give cleaned data. And second thing, we need to provide some expression. It means what value we want to insert in this newly created column. So what we want to put inside clean data column, we want to give the this string without a special character. Okay, for that we can again use this regex replace function which we have already imported. And what we need to provide here, we need to provide three things, right? First, thing is our input column name on top of which we want to apply this function. Second thing is what you want to replace from this column. And the third thing is with what value you want to replace the existing value. Whatever you are giving here, that will be removed, and in place of this, what will come? Whatever you will mention at the third place, this will come. Okay, so what is our first thing? First thing is our input data name, which is bad data. Second thing is something, here is some tricky thing you want to think of, because it is not fixed, right? What we want to remove. There may be any special character other than the given characters, right? So the interviewer will ask you, like, it is not fixed the what special character will be there. Any special character can come inside this bad data column. So you want to remove all the special character because it is not fixed. So we cannot give something here directly, right? That replace this. In case of part one, there was only one special character hash. So we have given it directly here, but now it is not fixed. So we want to think it some other way. What we can do now, you notice one thing is fixed there. What is fixed? What should come here? That is fixed, right? In the output data. In output data, it is fixed that only valid characters and valid numbers should be present. So we can give right here like what is fixed. This is fixed A to Z and capital A to capital Z and 0 to 9. Only this will be present inside our clean data. Okay, so but we want whatever we give here, which we want to replace, but we don't want to replace it, right? We don't want to replace it. We don't want to replace it, so we can give here a cap. It indicates that it is basically a not symbol. So it indicates that don't replace this thing. What it means? Replace everything which is not part of this set A to Z, capital A to capital Z and 0 to 9. So what will come inside this? All the valid characters. And if we'll give not here, so what will come inside this whole argument? All the special characters, which is not part of valid string. That's what we want to replace, right? So this is how we need to write it. And we want to replace it with nothing. So I have given nothing in the third argument. Okay. So this is a tricky thing you have to say to interviewer. So they will ask you how to replace a special character. So this is your answer. You need to use this function and with this not symbol, and you need to give all the valid characters here. So all the special characters will get removed. Now let's try to see it. df1.show. See what we got in clean data. It has removed all the special characters. We have not given any special character here, but it removed it because we have given not valid characters. It means all the invalid characters, which is these special characters. So this is how we can solve this. And this is very important from interview point of view. So make sure you practice this before going into any interview. That's it for this video. I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care. God bless you all.